Oh, yeah. Thank you, love. Welcome to your first satsang. What I love about this invitation is that we can't really hold on to anything. Any idea of a second ago, any idea of I've done this before, been here before, said this before. Super exciting, super what? And simultaneously empty. This moment totally fresh, this now totally alive. I love the thought of having done this for a long time, having shared this for a long time. And when I look for it, can't find any evidence. And it's such a relief. Such a relief to consider the option to just be here freshly as we are. Such a relief to notice the wondrous world of our thinking minds, of our intellectual capacities, of all the conceptual frameworks, thought forms, hungry ghosts, haunting ghosts. And in this moment, feel into, suss out, get curious about what about me remains totally unspoken. There's a lot about me that we can talk about, that we can explore, a lot about all of us. We could say all kinds of things. We can write volumes upon volumes. But to take a moment and just be here undressed, unstoried. If I were to ask you, who are you? With the invitation to not touch the past, not 1 ounce of the past. A soul is a concept from the past. Light is a concept from the past. Nothing is even a concept from the past. Obviously, a name, past. Body, past. Gender, past. Culture, past. Human, past. Planet, past. Universe, past. Every description. But to just consider what's here that's not wrapped up in my life story right now. What's here that's not consumed by the innocence of the ever self-releasing mechanism of the thinking mind. Self-releasing. Self-releasing we discover in our willingness to finally just allow mind to be itself. Allow the thoughts, allow the apparently worn out grooves. All the hiking trails, the apparent momentum of ancestors, apparent momentum of a species that has been involved in all kinds of interesting explorations and not so interesting explorations. And to give ourselves a vacation from the dream of the dream of the dream of you as a separate someone going somewhere. For a second, it's like leaving the shoes at the door. At any moment, pick up your story, pick up your identity, pick up all the things you've described about yourself, you've been taught about yourself, you've inherited about who you are. But for this moment, in this safe space where we have the privilege of no bombs overhead at this moment, we have the privilege of relatively full bellies in this moment. We have the privilege of breathing freely in this moment. To notice what about you that's always been present. Every time you've looked in the mirror, you haven't just been looking at body and mind and thought and concept. What's before describing happens? Descriptions are the kaleidoscope from which we experience the world. But before the kaleidoscope, before the prism and the refractions of light, is the clarity of aware, loving intelligence that you are. Mind is an amazing prism. In some cases, mind is an amazing prison. And whether it's a prism or a prison, essentially does not matter. Closer than thought. Not excluding any thought. This moment, this awareness. If I invite you to turn off awareness right now, find the off button, click it. Is it possible? Can somebody turn off awareness? You get a cookie if you do. You can try harder than that. Awareness always present. No button to be found to turn it off. Consciousness involves descriptions, mind, concepts. That comes and goes. Awareness, solid, unmoving. Awareness is what mountains look at and say, damn, that's just there. To awareness, mountains are waves of earth that are a little bit slower, just a little bit slower than the waves of ocean. The unmoving moment, timeless presence you are. There is no beginning of time. There's only beginning of mind. This moment, solid. Again, can you turn off this moment? Even if you think about the past, where is that past appearing in? This moment. Think about 1,000 futures, 1,000,000 futures, every possible option, every possible expression, emanation, only coming and going in this that does not move. And as we get familiar with this, it's, all it is becoming accustomed to the obvious. Oh, yeah, there's an awareness here. Oh, yeah, no matter what I was ever experiencing, equal to that experience has been my capacity to say, I'm having this experience. Your capacity to say you've had that experience is evidence of awareness, unchanging, unmoving, aware intelligence. The you of you of you that's closer than name, closer than body, closer than all descriptions, all the wondrous descriptions, not making any of them wrong, any of them bad. This isn't South Park where we're saying drugs are bad. No, mind is not bad. Thought is not bad. It's just the nature of mind. It's nature. Tree is a tree. A rug is a rug. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. And mind gets to be mind. I am so grateful that there's no part of me that is living in a space of trying to change this mind. So allowed to be as it is. When we allow it to be as it is, it softens, it shrinks to some degree. It's like it's outshone by the stability that is this moment, that is life intelligence, open intelligence. Mind is a closed system of intelligence, pockets of information that we made up. In the dream of dream of dream, what a dance. Nothing wrong with it, nothing right with it. It's just mind. Wondrous and treacherous, but equal to every thought is this moment. And there comes a point in our lives where something happens. Have you noticed? The usual. What's the word? Modus apparatus is interrupted, either by some grace, the face of a newborn, shimmer on the surface of water, the Grand Canyon, or a car accident, a near death experience, a divorce, an exposing, something, just a wrench, and such capacity there, such a gift. At first, it may seem like a blessing in disguise. And in our willingness to lean in, and our willingness to not know, that's a huge one. Aren't we so quick to know? Oh, this happened, so that means that's going to happen, that's going to happen, and that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen. And then this and that, that. Not true. Life is way too delicious and ruthless and messy and mysterious and kind for mind to have any true prediction of what's supposed to happen or not happen. What's the t-shirt say? Love kicks your ass in time and space. Love will kick your ass. This wondrous, wondrous mind. Have you noticed an attempt to try to change the mind and alter the mind, pin the mind down? Have you noticed an attempt? Maybe you read it in some really sweet little book about silencing the mind, quieting the mind, pausing the mind. Guess who wrote all of that shit? The mind. It's the perfect setup. It's the perfect setup. Even if mind was wearing a robe. No need to quiet mind. You, as awareness, infinitely quiet. No need to still the mind. You, as what the mind appears and disappears in, bottomlessly still, silent, peaceful. See if you can find a boundary to awareness right now. Is there a top, a bottom? And I'm not talking about Grinder. Yes, on Grinder there's plenty of tops and bottoms. Awareness, vast, open, free. Silly sad song. It really is a silly sad song. And again, notice, isn't it fascinating that the only thing you've ever experienced is awareness? Let me let me work up to that. Notice right now, where has the world ever happened? You can do a life review in this instant. You don't got to wait till you die. No, where has the world happened? Where has the story of you happened? Where does it say the story of me happened in my house? Okay, where has house happened in? House happened in the city. All right, great. Where has the city happened in? Oh, the city happened in the state. The state happened in the northern hemisphere. Let's speed it up some. My life happened on a planet. Where has the planet happened in? This idea of a planet. Where has anything, okay, let's say you slip and fall and then you have a near death experience and you're going through this tunnel and you dive into the sun and you go to that portal and you talk to this person and that beloved and you see that. Where does that happen in? Awareness. Let's say your Merkaba starts working like this, and boy, that baby's ready to go, and you shift on to the 11th dimension. Where does 11th dimension happen in? Awareness. Awareness never moves. The movie of any apparent anything comes and goes in the kindness, the love, the benevolence, already established peace, presence that is you as awareness. At any given moment, we're either emphasizing our story, which is most of us and what we've been trained to do, innocent. And then until we know better, we start experimenting with emphasizing the space that story appears in. Instead of emphasizing weather, we emphasize the sky. What I love about this option in a practical sense is it just allows us to be human fully, fully vulnerable, fully present, fully willing to be bright and creative and a nimwit at the same time. Beautiful and a moron simultaneously. And what I also love about this recognition is, and the practical aspect is, for me, the whole point of any awakening story is for someone to finally be available in their life, available to their own hearts, available for their families, available for the world, their neighbors. How are we not available? Innocent, even if we're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, not available. That is what you call the same unconscious mind trying to solve a problem with the same unconscious mind. It's so innocent. And that's what we've been trained to focus on. And we have other options available to us. A really sweet option. The moment we move from fist consciousness, which is this is what it is, and this is what's going to happen, and this is what I need to do, and they need to do this, and we need to get rid of those people, and then we're going to finally do that, and then we're going to create technology of war, and we're going to blow these people up, and it's going to, I mean, it's just, hello. That's fist consciousness, war consciousness, boom, boom, shakalaka, boom, boom consciousness, bing, bong, bog, innocent, not wrong again, but we haven't noticed that there's other options available to us. Fist consciousness is the no mind, the known mind. The known mind is but make believe. That we forgot is make believe. All kinds of trouble. Danger, Mr. Rogerson, danger. Whatever his name was. Robinson. And then the moment we're willing to, okay, in this moment, I don't know shit. They don't know shit. We don't know shit. He don't know shit. She don't know shit. They don't know shit. Nobody knows shit. This, let me just, this is when we're willing to be in the open palm consciousness, available consciousness. And we start getting familiar with our very nature, right where we sit, the power of the universe. And these clothes, and these pants, and this underwear, and these socks. The loving intelligence of the universe available in a usable, practical way. This is, we can say, living creatively, where we're not bound to how the past did its things, but we are available for a swift response. And then we discover from this space, kindness is already woven into the fabric of who you are as awareness. It's very what's the word? Noble of one to want to be kind, to want to be peaceful, to want to be. I remember the days when I really wanted to be kind, and I was just a bitch and a bindi. In other words, when it's from mind, Oh my God, I'm going to be very kind right now. So my mom comes in the car and she starts, I'm going to be so kind. So innocent. But when we start getting familiar for a moment, just feel into, again, the qualities of awareness right now.
When you say awareness, do you mean it's confusing?
Okay, let's break
Because
it down.
you say it's practical, but everything you're saying sounds woo-woo. Like
I love
it's
that.
hard to understand the practical application
Yeah,
of awareness in your definition. Go
excellent.
ahead, had to say.
Okay, in case you
In
have
case somebody
sick
wants to
core.
mess up with that.
I know it's impossible to speak this, but we'll give it
Well,
another go.
awareness
Awareness, high awareness.
as distinct from ego. Is that right?
Right. Yes. So usually don't use the word ego that much. I use mind.
Mind. So
Yeah.
mind and ego are the same. That
Mind
means
and ego are the same. Yes. Anything that can be described is the realm of mind. So innocent. Awareness may have a word that we're using because of our limited form of communication, which is language. But again, awareness, no word can ever truly fit it. Just as no word can ever truly define you. You're a Deborah and not a Deborah. You're a Doug and not a Doug. You're a Stephen and not a Stephen. You're a rug and not a rug. You're a ceiling and not a ceiling. You're a spoon and not a spoon. You're a vortex and not a vortex. You're an angel and not an angel. You're a demon and not a demon. You're a depression and not a depression. You're a sadness and not a sadness. Yeah. And so to emphasize mind is when we emphasize our descriptions, our story. Right now, there's the story of I'm sitting here and there's a microphone and all the things I can label. That's the little here. The here that can be told is the little here. So cute. It's those little cheeks. And then there's a here that can never be spoken, that has never fit or been squeezed into a concept, into symbol, into diction, into syllable.
And is the goal to get to that part where you're not identified to the little cheeks?
Well, the goal, we can say, is that there doesn't ever have to be a goal. It's just noticing, oh, yeah, here's story. And then let's see if I soften the lens. Let's say we have our mind is a lens. And when you take a lens and you turn it this way, everything gets really detailed and sharp. And you'll be able to make everything out. But then if you were to take that lens and turn it the other way, the lines blur, things soften. Right now, everything we're seeing with our species is because there's been an overemphasis on the sharpened, detailed lens of things to the point of war, enemy. I have to defend mine. You're out to get me. You're evil. You're bad. You're criminal. You're going to kill my children. You're going to do that. I mean, all the things. All the things. And in that, we also don't notice that we no longer see what's before us. When we're overemphasize mind and the detailed lines of things, we're not seeing our neighbor. We're not seeing our partner. We're not seeing our child. We're not seeing the face of God. We're not seeing the world. We're only seeing our virtual reality superimposed grid, our own projection of the world, our story. And when we're in our story, it's so easy to dehumanize because there's nothing real there. You're in a video game, and innocent, soft animal bodies are caught in its crossfires. But in our willingness to come back to reality, come back to what's wild and free and untamed, this fire of presence, feel into the life force of your being right now. You are a torch of infinity, set ablaze. The world is the glow of your flame. And then we discover one of the perks is, oh, this awareness recognizes itself. This love can feel itself, knows itself. And no matter how convincing the disguise, even the disguise of if I had hair, I'd be like, like my friend Debbie Doo Doo. Yes, yes. No matter how convincing, it's like, innocent. This beloved hasn't recognized who he is just yet, what he is just yet. Still shadow boxing. Millions affected. And shadow boxing. This never lets anyone off the hook. This doesn't condone craziness. This is about our own peace. Now, I'm going to read you the sweet quote from this book that I had taken my little things and put it all over. This is a little tiny Byron Katie book on self-realization. And I wanted to read this quote. This will probably help. She says things so much better than I do. Until there's peace within you, there is no peace in the world. Because you are the world. You are the earth. The story of earth is all there is of earth and beyond. When you're in dreamless sleep at night, is there a world? Not until you open your eyes and say, I woke up. I have to go to work. I'm going to brush my teeth. Until I is born, no world. When the I arises, welcome to the movie of who you think you are. Get the popcorn, here it comes. If you investigate it and the I arises, there's no attachment. It's just a great movie. And if you haven't investigated, the I arises, it's body identified, you think it's real, you think there's an I, pure fantasy. And if you attach to it, if you think you're that, you may want to inquire. You may want to inquire. You may want to question that thought. You may want to question that stressful assumption. You may want to question that stressful religion. You may want to question that stressful, I know what's best. You may want to question mind. And the only way you can question mind is because you are infinite, blazing, aware intelligence. Which part? Yeah, the only way you can you can question mind. So it's not mind that questions mind. Mind, questioning the mind turns up the volume of awareness that you are, of presence that you are. The only way you can see through the smoke of insanity is because you are sanity itself. The only way you can see, oh shit, there's stuff going on, is because you are clarity itself.
It seems like it takes, I mean, I don't know how you got there. It's clear you're there. But for us, the normal people, for me, I'll just speak for me,
Yes.
try as I might to disidentify with my mind, so stubborn.
I love that. That's so good. That's what mind is. So again, you don't ever need to disidentify with it.
Well, if you're saying two, it's confusing.
Well, I hear that. This is totally confusing.
Okay, well, let's
It's
start there.
impossible to try to talk about this shit, okay? And I'm willing to fail every time, but I'm going to go for it again and again and again. And I love this. I love this.
It's
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah. So right, so there's we tend to think about this as somewhere we're going to get to.
Well, just make a practical translation. So in your day-to-day life,
Hi.
your mind is under the dominion or the governance of awareness?
Well, mind is just allowed to be itself. When mind is allowed to be itself,
Well, what is it?
what your life is informed by, what is mind? Ego. When ego is allowed to be itself, you don't need to identify with it. You don't need to not identify with it, because it's only ego that identifies with anything. You are still you, here as consciousness. Don't need to identify with nothing. You're still here. That has never been interrupted. That has never been bamboozled. That has never taken the bait. That has never gotten caught up. The ego creates all kinds of identities, including the soul. And this soul is something that lives inside of a body. And this soul is something that can get caught up in the ego or not caught up in the ego, or then caught up in the ego, and then not caught up in the ego. And that soul is also just a concept, a point of view appearing in the balanced view of open awareness, of open intelligence. And so taking a moment to again notice the thoughts and allow them to be here, you soften the fight. You soften the energy that fuels the existence of ego, the energy that tries to justify its existence. Any resistance is the gas station of ego. If there's any resistance, that ego is in the gas station. If there's indulgence, another gas station. If there's avoidance, that's a big ass gas station. If there's replacing, another gas station. All of those are strategies of protection, defense, strategies of ego in service to the illusion that there's something called an ego. But in the freshness of this untellable, vivid wakefulness, it's, it's like, oh, yay. This instinctual recognition gets brighter and brighter. And you discover, oh wow, I'm a presence of safety. Awareness is synonymous with, oh my gosh, everything gets to be safe here. Awareness is synonymous with right where you are, a nation of peace unto yourself. Nothing being put away into cages in the middle of the Everglades. God, nothing being put away into. It's like there's peace here and wisdom here, and then there's love here, and there's brotherhood here, and sisterhood here, and queerdom here, and joydom here, and queendom and kingdom here, and mutual support. How can I help here? Let's explore other options here. There's enough to go around here. I am enough, the world is enough. I'm not enough, the world isn't enough. So innocent and heartbreaking and inspiring. It's possible. Did you want to share something, Liv? Oh, cool. Can
Um, well, I guess I wanted to acknowledge something that popped, for lack of a better
Yay.
word. I think I was here, was it maybe 2 weeks ago?
Oh, fun.
And I was asking about, I was kind of stuck on the Byron Katie. I was really into the Byron Katie work, and like
Yay.
really into it, and like this belief and that belief and this belief.
Right,
And
right.
I brought a question to you. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember. I'd written it down, and it was
Uh-huh.
really, and I mean, I can hardly say, but it's been really different for me these last 2 weeks since talking to you. Let me try to say something about it. It was that I was focusing so much on the thoughts,
Yeah.
and these are fucked up and this is
Yeah.
bad and you got to question that belief. And I
Yeah.
was so focused in that I hadn't seen somehow that what it was all pointing to was what I am, and
Yes.
this awareness that you're
Yes.
talking about today. And it was like a slap in the face or something. And my whole life in these last 2 weeks has just been really different. So
Oh,
I
so
just wanted to
beautiful.
say that. I think you were here,
Yay.
Jordan, when I had that conversation. Were you here 2 weeks ago? I think you might not have been here, but anyway, it was.
I was here. I
You were
remember.
here, yeah.
I remember.
So I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, you're
And
so
that it's been a
welcome.
really just continual, like, wow.
Yes.
Awareness is really always here, like already here. There's already
Yes.
here-ness all the time.
Yes.
And I didn't realize how hypnotized,
Ah,
and I was legitimizing it because it's Byron Katie work and I was pointing
right,
to the thing,
right,
but it was still keeping my attention
right,
so focused on that.
right. All of
So
it's a permission slip. Even the work, that's so clear, but still a training wheel's a permission slip until Forrest Gump and they just fall right off the legs. And there you go running with what's always here, as what's always here. And then it's really sweet in this space. It's like, regardless of what shape of object I hold up to the light, a pretty shape, a Buddha shape, a sandal, uh, a fork, a gun, regardless of the shape, each shadow equally announces the presence of light. Each thought, positive, negative, or neutral, equally says, hi, Awareness is here. It's a, as Deborah says, observer on.
Mhm.
Announces awareness, that silent, still.
Mm.
And then even the observer softens because there's nothing to observe but oneself,
Mm.
one's own heart, one's own light. And then, I like to say mind, ego is at the feet of the modality.
Mm.
Or in ceremony, I say mind, ego is at the feet of the medicine. Prostrated,
Right.
the feet of
Mhm.
medicine. Mm.
Yeah.
Medicine, all medicine, at the feet of awareness. Uh, and awareness is at the feet of it all. Of it all.
Mm.
And so,
Oh,
uh, I love that. Thank you, love.
thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, in the willingness to keep showing up or feeling into this conversation, it pops. It's like, oh yeah,
Right.
oh yeah. I thought that this had to happen, or that had to happen,
Yeah.
or this feeling had to happen, or this sensation had to happen, or this, and it's like,
Yeah. All
oh,
beliefs had to be demolished, and it's like an
right,
empty slate or something.
right,
And it was just like flipped it on its head. Like,
yes.
yeah,
All beliefs get to be
yeah,
here.
yeah.
All mine gets to be here. All of life gets to be here. All my favorite shoes get to be here. My favorite hats get to be here. It's like there's no argument.
Mm,
And in no argument available.
yeah. Mm,
And the first thing available is, yeah. Mm, I love hearing that.
It
Mm,
seems like such a long journey.
it does, yeah.
To think of what it takes to get to that spot. How much, because for me, meeting Ash, I didn't realize how much my life was about reducing the noise, coming to that state. The lot, like before I met him, all the spiritual studying and reading and classes and therapy and all that, it was all. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness, it's this simple?
Oh my goodness,
What
it's
didn't
this
make any sense?
simple.
What was I
Right.
doing?
No
All
sense.
fucked up for so long, all the drama, all the stories. So you're such an exceptional human because your level is the frequency. It's, and I think of Stephen, I think he must think this is nuts. He's so practical and he's built real estate and he's working with
Yeah.
numbers. And then you start talking. I'm like, how do I explain this except that it feels so good? It doesn't make sense. Just the liberate. As soon as that thing that happened to me too, all of a sudden one day I went, I got it, all in a moment,
I love that.
and then never. And now
Right.
I don't care.
Exactly. It's so good.
mhm.
It's so liberating.
It's
It's like
so liberating.
flying.
Yeah.
The journey getting here. You don't speak to that, but the journey getting here, what
Right.
it took for you to reach that pitch.
Right. And then that's what's so sweet. It's like at the feet of the journey, at the feet. That's what I mean by awareness at the feet of everything, at the feet of the journey, at the feet of every tear, every on the floor crying, every crisis, every heartbreak. It's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I'm so grateful my mom was exactly how she was. I'm so grateful my dad was exactly how he was. I'm so grateful the world is exactly as it is. And in that, it's like we discover we don't have to solve anything or change anything. We can skip the middleman and go straight to the love. Oh, I love you. I want to be you when I grow up.
Just pretend I'm you. It really is.
It's like a little training wheel, and then that falls off, and it's like Forrest Gump with those things on his legs, and then they just. It's so valuable, the support for one another. It's so valuable, and it's so valuable to speak to. There's nothing special here. Mind is here, body's here, and there's awareness here. Everyone has equal amounts of awareness. Everyone has equal amounts of mind. We always have the choice. A blessed life is recognizing that choice, that it's even an option. To just shift a little bit the emphasis, just a little bit. Start shifting the I know, and this is what's best for my life, and this is what's best for my children. And this is what's best for the world, and this is what's best. Bomb, 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 bomb. Angry, angry, angry. Ajita, ajita, ajita. Stroke, stroke, stroke. To a moment of, oh, I don't have to know. I don't have to know. No one to know. What can I tend to right now, truly? Oh, this moment, this seat. And then, like, oh, have you given yourself to what you're sitting on fully? What a romance that is. Ah, I mean, unconditional love appearing as something called a chair. Not asking me any questions. Not asking if I had done washed my booty today, if I believe a certain thing or don't believe a certain thing. It's like so available. The success of this moment, just as it is, couldn't be more delectable. And then there's no end to the support. We notice the chair, we notice the floor. This floor holding everything, not yelling at any piece of furniture, not yelling at it, just here, be yourself. You're so welcome. Unconditional love, the walls, this breath, the oxygen in the atmosphere, everything on this planet working together, the things that have been discovered and the things yet to be discovered, the miracle of this life, success, every planet holding this one in its orbit. What the fuck? What a miracle. And it's the generosity is so huge. I wrote a song many years ago on a ferry. I was a ferry on a ferry from Vancouver to Vancouver Island. And the song, the second verse of the song says, "We think we can own the world when possessions aren't even real. So blind to the abundance of now, our own freedom is all we ever could steal. So we lie to protect the lies of our mothers, and we die to protect the wars of our fathers, and we kill to ensure we don't ever face the unknown when that's the only face we've ever known. Where is the space? Where is the freshness for a new horizon to arise in the dream of our species? Gotta trust the unknown before we can hold on to a tomorrow that is promising for all." And then when there's a life flare up, which is a mind flare up, thought flare up, body flare up, there's an option to say, scooch in a little closer. Just come here. Just be yourself. Just be broken if you're broken. Just be slayed if you're slayed. Just be heartbroken if you're heartbroken. Love sick if you're love sick. Afraid if you're afraid. This is where we extract the nutrients of that strange medicine. Alchemy. Transmutation, transformation. The phoenix from the ashes. We discover strength in our bones. We didn't even acknowledge, didn't even notice was there. And our willingness to not have to know. And our willingness to expose what is ready to be exposed. It's just bringing it all into the sunlight, into the sunshine. And who is that sunshine? You are my sunshine. You are sunshine. Awareness can seem like such a sterile word sometimes. But it's heart shine, life shine, joy shine, you shine. The sun of sun shines. Every star shine is in celebration of the shine that you are as consciousness itself. Singing, ah! Wow, there's a shine that never goes out. I only live 17 billion years. That's a blink in the unwavering shine of this moment. Of this moment, this moment, this moment. Feeling a little song wanted to come through. What is the song? Planets are just plankton floating in a sea of omnipresent mystery. Those who claim to know it rarely ever show it. They are just as lost as you and me. Doctors, lawyers, politicians, and professors of modern science, the oppressed and the oppressors, hey, religious leaders, gurus, and the shamans, yeah. Everybody has one thing in common. We are nothing pretending to be something, and we don't even do a good job. We are nothing pretending to be something. With the birth of language, names give false protection. We are pathological. Every war is with ourselves. We are family on a cell, spinning through the veins of the unknown. And doctors, lawyers, politicians, and professors all modern science, the oppressed and the oppressors, hey, hey, religious leaders, the gurus and the shamans, everybody has one thing in common. We are nothing, oh no, pretending to be something. Yeah. We are nothing, oh no, pretending to be something. I am nothing, pretending to be something. I am no thing pretending. Hey, 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 to infinite awareness. All the stars are but a treasure chest full of costumes. Oh, when we come into this world, we dress up in the stars, our beautiful astrological stars. And we wear this costume for a while until we slip it off our shoulders. And even with the costume on, because we're so large, we're still naked. Doesn't even cover one nipple of who you really are. Too vast, too big. Too free. Uh, I'm curious, Stephen, would you be willing to just share, like, what is your experience of hearing this? Any of it resonates, any of it feels like, or is there like, what in the world is this? This dude, it's a lot. It is a lot to take in, right?
Many days together in a row now.
Okay.
This is the culmination so
Listen,
far.
okay.
No, it makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm not confused by it. It
Right?
resonates for sure.
That's what I think is so sweet. It's like, and I love hearing that because it's like, yeah, it's this isn't talked about in, you know, television or in our families. Like, could you imagine growing up in a family where it's like, oh my gosh, this is your name and this is a, and also, could you imagine there's part of you that's totally, there's no name ever, no matter how many names we give you, free of names. Could you imagine there's a part of you that says, that's free of, no matter how, free of all fingers. You got 10 fingers and 10 toes. And there's a part of you that has never been squeezed into body. And it's, you know, it's just so fascinating as we continue evolving. What else is possible for our species? I feel in this willingness to be vulnerable and finally meet our trauma, in that willingness to sit in the fertilizer of our ancestors and our own minds. A renaissance of creative brilliance is just waiting to be acknowledged, because then in our vulnerability, we finally can see the renaissance of creative brilliance that is life already, that is life itself. And then, oh my goodness, the choirs, the dances, the arts and talents we have no names for yet. The community, the gardens. Oh, wow, so possible. And so now, what were you going to say, Love?
I was going to say, this must be what you're talking about. Like when I was younger, I remember I loved looking in the mirror, and I feel like that was awareness.
That was awareness, yes.
And in second grade, I remember the story. My teacher had to pull the bookshelf in front of the mirror because I was looking in the mirror too much.
That's so cute. She was like, okay, little girl.
She's like, pay attention. Yeah.
Pay attention. That is so cute.
But it must have been awareness, because I still love the mirror too.
Right.
Yeah.
It must have been awareness, and it's still awareness now. It reminds me of my grandmother when she was 98 years old. We were sitting having a conversation. She passed away at 100. And she said, Ashley, I can't believe this body. And I'm still me. No matter how old I get, I'm just still me. And that still me is awareness, closer even than name. And even if it doesn't see, awareness. As we get familiar with this awareness in ourselves, and then when we're around our beloveds, even as we call them by their name, even as we love our shared history and shared genetics and stories, and what we also see is that light in them, that freedom in them, that vastness in them, that forever innocence in them, that immeasurable beauty as them in them. It was so sweet. My nephew came to do an ayahuasca ceremony, which was such an honor to get to facilitate that. And while he was on the medicine, coming up for second cup, and he was like, wow, I just want to say thank you. You feel like another level of what parent is. And I love you so much. And I always feel like you've always seen me. And it was so sweet to have flashes of all the moments that I was with him since birth. The song I wrote for him was, you still haven't taken your first breath. You're like a seahorse floating in the sea. And now you can paint the world with Uncle Devin, or star in your own film with Uncle Corey. Oh no. You still haven't taken your first breath. And I've yet to see myself reflected in your eyes. Somehow I know I love you endlessly. You're the closest thing we have to heaven. An angel brave enough to drop his wings. And now you can paint the world with Uncle Devin, a star in your own film with Uncle Corey. Oh, Noah, you're a miracle, experiencing itself. A gift from God to Mother Earth, a soul like no one else. Noah, you're a lotus flower that is in full bloom, fragrant with the innocence of ever present truth. Noah, Noah. And I taught it to my bandmates, and we got to sing that to him. And and then what's so fun is that we notice this. It doesn't matter what we have this moment. We have this moment to celebrate the light. We have this moment to celebrate the truth. We have this moment to celebrate what's free. What's free? You are not the one that gets liberated. You are the liberator. And what does you as freedom liberate? Thoughts, they get to be liberated, free. When we allow mind to be itself, we liberate mind. When we allow emotions to be themselves, we liberate emotions. When we allow sensations to be, we liberate sensations. Even as we take an aspirin, even as we go and have a sneeze, even as we go to the doctor, it's not saying you don't engage or you're not a part of the world, but liberate. When we allow those we love to be as they are, they're liberated in our presence. It's such an option. And the more we say you're free, the more we say I'm free. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. You found out. No place to hide. I see you. I know who you are. Life sees life. Life knows itself. Peace sees peace. Peace here as itself. Love sees love. Love knows itself. Freedom sees freedom. Freedom cannot not see itself. Joy sees joy. Joy here as itself. Universe sees universe. Whole universe here as itself. Is the universe here? Here it is. Our infinite atomic suns here, here they are. His body, his finger, his glasses, his shirt. What a constellation of atomic suns. So spacious. Infinite neutrinos still passing through. Not seeing anything in its wake, in its path. Straight shot. Yay. Thank you, loves, for this sad song tonight. You can go to my website, www.ashruiz.com, and you can see all whatever retreats are coming up, whatever ceremonies are coming up. If you'd like to connect and explore and start learning about how mind works and how awareness is totally present, connect with me and we can do that. I have 3 openings for private sessions, so that could be really sweet. All righty, y'all. Thank you so much. Yay. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, and there's like little nibble stuff there if you'd like a nibble stuff. And if you'd like to leave a donation, there's a blue thing over there you can put a donation in. Or you can leave it on Venmo.